When you take a look at this St. Francis football team, you guys have won 3 in a row, including an emotional come-from-behind Franciscan Bowl, which is always nice.
Yeah.
What did you guys do well in that game that you can carry over to the rest of the season as we kind of enter the home stretch of the year for you guys?
Man, offensively, obviously, I think up front, I've said it since I was in here week 1, I think our offensive line is one of the best in the country in the NAIA. We play very well together. We try to be very disciplined. So from a game standpoint, I think that moving forward, taking advantage of other defensive lines will work for us. But even bigger than that, man, that game on Saturday was massive. But the culture was what built it. I'll just be honest with you, being here for 5 years, when we went down 21-0 and we got a third and out, went back onto that bench, man, I felt that feeling so many times, but something was different because it was the culture that everybody decided to go, no, we're not just going to sit down, especially against those guys down in Indy. So that really, in essence, is what it is. On the team, we call it grit. You know, we kind of stole from Detroit a little bit, but we all got the hats, man. We rep it. That's what it was, man. We went in halftime after we scored that. Shout out Lenny, man. After he got us back in the game, we went, nah, no more, and took that trophy back, man. So that moving forward is the togetherness and that unification and, honestly, man, really believing in one another despite what happens. That wasn't the only time we've come back from behind, but in that game, let's be honest, that one meant the most. So, yeah, man, moving forward, just that culture, man.
How much momentum does that give you, as you mentioned, to going forward? Because you never want to put the cart before the horse,
of course.
But you're talking about now with a victory like that and where you guys are in the standings, you can start you don't want to let your mind wander, but you can start thinking about playoffs, or you can start thinking about conference championships. How much of a feather in your cap is that now that you have that confidence and the proof that you can compete for those things?
I'll be honest with you, the confidence is there. Can't really answer further than that because I myself have tried to make sure that I don't think too forward.
Yeah.
You know, everybody knows, man, you hear it all the time in football, just the next game. That's the biggest game that matters. So as far as that goes, yeah, do we have a really good opportunity to set ourselves up for an even better opportunity? 100% we do. But just what you're saying is right, man. Like, we got to keep ourselves relaxed and not try and look too far forward. But, yeah, on paper, man, like, that's what we're chasing. But it's got to start on Saturday. That game against Marion, well, really, that game against Iowa was the biggest game of our history for school. Didn't come out with the win we wanted. That's okay. We'll see them again. That game against Marion, biggest game in school history. This game on Saturday, biggest game in school history. And that's how you got to look at it, and that's how we're moving forward with it.
Yeah, tell me about this St. Francis of Illinois team. Obviously, you know, they're in the top 25. They've got a good record. They're a solid football team. What do you know about them? What are going to be some of the challenges that you're going to be facing, and how do you kind of alleviate some of the things that they do well on Saturday afternoon?
100%. Well, to answer your question first, man, when it comes to all the stuff they got and all those rankings, who cares? I could care less about what anybody has. All I care about is what we have. But to answer your question, man, defensively, they scare people. Not necessarily because of their talent, no disrespect to them. Obviously, man, they've shown it, and on their record, they can ball. We know that. But what they do is they confuse guys with their scheme, you know, and a lot of movement around, a lot of blitzes, a whole lot of hoopla that nobody cares about. Again, I trust in our guys. I know my O-line understands our rules and what we can do. I'm not scared by guys moving around and jumping around, you know what I mean? So from my perspective, you know, just keeping it within my position group, they are good at that. Yes, I will give that to them. They ain't better than us, and I keep it like that. But yeah, man, I mean, again, all respect to them, though. They're a good ball club. They've been doing really good. I will give it to them last year, man. They gave us a big old punch in the gut. That was our second game, I believe, going into last year. We already took a tough loss to start the year. We went into that game thinking, man, like, we got this. We'll jumpstart it. Man, they crushed that a little bit hard. So for me personally, this is a little bit of a get-back game too. I don't care how good you think your team is. I don't care how good you think your talent is. I'm telling you we're better than you, and we're about to prove that on Saturday.
Final question, how excited are you to be back home in front of the home crowd and, you know, finally get a chance to be back at Bishop Darcy?
Yeah, man, I mean, I think even Saturday, kind of a double for me because I'm from Indianapolis. So that game on Saturday meant a lot, too, to win that. And I think that momentum kind of echoes through the school a little bit. So to come home and know, like, we do play a little bit better at home. Being at home is always more comfortable. I'm hoping we bring in a little bit more crowd. But, yeah, dude, to go on the road for a few weeks and go, you know what, man, we can still do this on the road. And to get back home and understanding that comfortability doesn't mean it's complacency. You know, understanding that being at home means you're just going to jump a little further, go a little harder because we feel comfortable being home. But yeah, man, so it means a lot being back at the crib, you know? Can't wait for it, really.
All right, man. You're a national.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.